What is Cruise Martinborough? Well, it's a blend of cruising, car displays, live entertainment, and even a wee bit of drag action, held over 4 days in the Wairarapa's wine capital. Now in its 4th year, it's an event that has grown a lot, sure, but its success lies in staying small-ish.
The magic number is probably 400, 450 max, ever. I know how it works. People want to keep coming because they hear from other people how good it is, and then all of a sudden you do have that problem of, hello, we're 8, 9, 1,000. So even though there are cars parked outside the closure now, people still will register because there's great things happening, like the drags on Friday and different cruises that not everyone can attend.
And while the town of Martinborough gets its name on the poster, so too does the word cruise. There's not a lot of dust settling around here.
Thursday started with a cruise to Lake Ferry, which is quite cool. We're all parked up on the ocean side and you can see the South Island, so it's quite a picturesque spot. And Friday, of course, is a big hit with the drag racing at the Marston Motorplex, local drag strip on a back doorstep, so that's awesome. And the feedback, people just can't believe what they can do. We're not drag cars, and it is only the first 200 metres, but the smiles after leaving that place is always a big hit. And of course, Saturday show day is big where we are today, but it's not all about just sitting around, it's all about a lot of driving too, so it's got a nice mix,
It's a 4-day event, it's a holiday. You get out of Auckland for a while and come down the beautiful parts of the country like Martinborough, etc. Vineyards, just great scenery, and it's got the whole package for me.
Yeah, it's a good, relaxed and well-organised event. And coming out here to the drag strips, but special as well.
I've got to give it to the people that organise this. It's an awesome day. It's been an awesome week. I did it last year and I'll do it next year. And the drag strip here is just a bonus, this is so much fun.
As we keep hearing, the chance to try your hand and right foot at flag drop sprints clearly a highlight for many. Some used the opportunity to see what their road car could do, while others, possibly unintentionally, gave power skids a go. Others just plain old cheated. Times weren't important. These vehicles were driven to and from the track as well as over much of the Wairarapa. But when they finally did stop, they made for quite a sight too. Among them, last year's top judged car.
56 Chev, 210, 4-door hardtop. Bought it in its worn out condition from Cruising Customs in Palmerston. I'm going to keep it original for sure until JR got involved and says, oh yeah, do this and you do that. And the end result. It's there to be driven, we drive it. We've done 10,000 miles in the last 5 years, so we use it.
Billed as a classic and muscle car event, there's a fair bit of wiggle room. An Aston Martin sighting was made again, joined by a few future classics from the US of A.
2017 Roush, Stage 2, Phase 3, supercharged, Coyote. Ran into a bit of bad luck after a while and we ended up putting a new motor in it. It's now got the 5-litre Illuminator, low compression. It's got a Whipple 2900. It's been dynoed at 640 kilowatt at the flywheel and 1,114 Newton meters of torque. It's got extra beefed up brakes and suspension, cross members and drive shaft which was supposed to go on it, which isn't on at the moment. Still got the original 2-piece, but there is an aluminium drive shaft ready to place on it. And running Nitto tyres.
Although a potent performer from the get-go, a bit of oil starvation in the heat of battle meant the original motor was relieved of command. Fitting its replacement, kick-starting a bit of a flow-on effect at the hands of well-known Auckland Mustang modders CTB Performance. The Phase 3 emerging a different beast again.
I'm not a hardened Ford man, but I've had a lot of Fords, and I wanted an earlier model Mustang, but I like all the modern electronics and traction control and the braking. It's really user-friendly because you can idle down Queen Street, stop at the lights. It's not trying to shake you out of the car, and the motor keeps running, of course, nice and smooth, and the power's there with the supercharger when you want it, and it's pretty instant. Yeah. So it goes from Grandma's car to a wild beast.
Right, thanks to Nita Car, we're back to Cruise Martinborough. 4 days of prowling the Wairarapa with car displays and flag drop drags. Saturday is the main show day in Martinborough's town square. But in the name of making an entrance, the convoy files in en masse from the nearby sports grounds. Amongst the procession, Bruce Dayton in his Dodge Charger.
1969 Dodge Charger, 440 and 4-speed manual gearbox and 8 3/4 diff. Yeah, a little bit of work done on the motor. It's got forged pistons and H-beam con rods and a few bits and pieces. Goes okay. I've had it 3 years, but I've had it on the road for 1 year. The first time I've had it on the road was this event last year, the first time down here. I actually ended up building one for a mate. I fix a few cars and I built one for a mate of mine, and then one came up for sale a bit later, and I thought that's quite cool. I want have a go at doing one. So yep, bought the Charger and quite pleased with it. It came in sort of not very good condition. I've started again, done the whole thing again, but yeah, ended up getting the wheels from America. I had to get those made to fit over the brakes that I got and bits and pieces like that. But no, it seems to it's all come together pretty good. It's still a 1969 car, of course, but the brake upgrade, it stops like a new one. But yeah, still. Yeah, you got to be awake when you're driving it, but no, it's not too bad for its year. Yeah.
A local car, and one was at the very pointy end of Friday's strip times, was Brent's 64.
It's a 1964 Chevrolet Bel Air. I have a 490 cubic inch big block in it with a Pro Charger on nitrous. I haven't got the nitrous here today though, but it doesn't matter, it still goes well. It's got a Turbo 400 from Chuck Mann, one of his transmissions, and I put a 12 bolt rear end in it with chromoly axles and chromoly drive shafts. I remember seeing it years ago on Trade Me, and they wanted too much for it. They wanted about 38,000, and then it came up on Trade Me for 1 week only at 21,000. So when I went and had a look at it, I fell in love with it, and yeah, told Mum when I got home.
And Brent's clearly pretty keen on the 64. He's built it twice.
Crashed it a year ago, almost to the date, and it's taken me this 12 months to resurrect it with the help of a lot of other people. And yeah, we're out here today enjoying it. It's a good cruiser, it's a good street car, and it's a real sleeper. You know, there's not many people that realise there's 645 horsepower rear wheel horsepower in that car, you know, and that's before the nitrous. If you've got the nitrous, it just gives you a good kick in the arse and you're off, you know. But I had it down the strip once and it did 11.2 seconds into a headwind, so I think that's fast enough. Yeah, that's oodles.
And although Friday's relaxed racing wasn't super scientific and only to 200 metres, Brent duly dealt to a big chunk of the field. Yeah,
I've had just about a go with everybody. The only one that actually got me was that Hellcat. Yeah, I couldn't get traction because I have got slicks for it at home, but I didn't put them on. Yeah, so next year, Hellcat.
With Cruise Martinborough's successful 4 days done and dusted for 2018, it won't be long until plans are back underway for the next one.
If you look around, some of these cars have 4 stickers on them because we're year 4, and they'll have 5 or 6 or 7 after a few more years. So I think that's all you can hope for, is that people have a good time and just want to come back. It's really hard to describe a 4-day event that, you know, everyone takes away a different experience from. I mean, essentially, you know, you could say it's 4 days. You get to drive your car around and experience some great Wairarapa countryside. But really, I think the best way to know what we're all about is just enter, come and have a go. 400 entries, and no doubt we will sell out again next year. So yeah, come along, and it's the best way really to know what we're all about.